Yo, you know what time it is. You know what you came for, and you know the procedure. So roll up your bleezies, grab you a nice little drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So look, it's the 2nd of February, Black History Month, and I'm fresh off the slave ship. I ain't even take off no clothes or nothing. I'm about to sit there, do this video, and I'm about to drop this because this is going to be the first video of Black History Month. So at first, I was going to sit there and be on some old shit like, all right, it's time to get into my toxic love life. Then I said, nah, I still got a couple of more good ones before we can go down that whole path. So we going to start Black History Month off with a banger. And the reason why I call this a banger, because this is when white pride turns into white guilt, and white guilt turns into white shame, and white shame turns into somebody that's willing and able to do any and everything you ask him to do just to sit there and let you know he's not one of them. All right, so I really don't even have a name for this story. I had to think of one, but all right, so look. So this is a Virginia story. At this point in time, God rest her soul, my nana had passed away, right? So I had took over her house. All right, I took over the house or whatever. Boom. I end up finally getting the job. I end up losing that shit, but at the time that I ain't had it. I had lost the job at that time, but in the mix of me sitting there getting that job, working that shit, you know what I mean, end up gathering some good people that wanted to keep on dealing with me after that job was over. So boom, I end up getting a job with another one of my Caucasian friends. This ain't Johnny. And the shit's so crazy I can't even think of this nigga name. I'm gonna just call him I'm gonna call him Fritz, because I can't think of this nigga name right now. So boom. So Fritz, I met Fritz through Marlon. You know what I mean? If y'all sit there and been paying attention, y'all know about Lil Marlon. So boom, I met Fritz through Marlon. All right, cool. Me and Fritz become cool, this, that, and the third. Everything with Fritz. Fritz put me onto a job, landscaper job. We went down there together, got the job together. This was my ride to work, because at this time I didn't have no car. But I'm still doing, you know what I mean, my extracurriculars. All right, cool. So boom. So at this time, well, let me preface this by this. Years prior, I was living in New York. And my big brother, he was trying to do something good for the kids in the community. So God rest his soul too. My grandfather, he had connections with the center that's in our neighborhood. Well, that the center not even open no more, but it was an elderly center that used to be in our neighborhood, right? That was connected through the church. Now I used to work with him in the center in the summer times. All right, cool. So my brother sat there, had the idea of renting out the center, and not only renting out the center, but I'm gonna sit there, buy some pizza, this, that, and the third. I'm telling all the parents to bring the little kids, teenagers was allowed to, but the little kid, because he wanted to show them a video, and after the video, he was going to ask some questions. Whoever got the question right, he had a sneaker box full of ones. Basically, I think it was like $100-$200 in ones or some shit, but he had a sneaker box full. That was going to be the gift. So boom, the video was called Hidden Colors. Now this is part one. Now, years later, and it was it's a documentary-esque video about the true history of black people in America and where we come from and our lineage and the stuff that they don't teach us, or the stuff that American academia doesn't want us to know. All right, cool. So a couple years later, I'm down to VA now. I end up linking up with a Muslim brother that, you know what I mean, he actually worked the same landscaper job that I was working, but his side hustle was the nigga was selling DVDs. All right, cool. So I done sat there and I done brought so many movies from this man, and not at the same time as me buying movies from this man, I'm putting him on to other people that's spending money with him. So basically, bro was just on some old like, yo, check this out. Being that you put me on the soaps, being that you spent so much money with me, and you put me on to so many people, whenever I get new movies, I'm stopping over here first, and you get first pick, and you don't got to pay for nothing. So I'm like, all right, bet, because mind you, nigga, I'm buying like 10 movies at a time. Bro, just put it like this. I don't got no job and I'm trapped out sitting in the house all day with no cable and a DVD player. And I just got put on to, my homegirl put me on to the DVD man. So first time I met him, I brought like 5-10 DVDs from at my homegirl house. Then I got the nigga number. So boom, you know what I mean? We making stuff happen. So boom. Now, I'm getting wild movies from bro. And like I said, bro a Muslim. So and he be real heavy in pro black activities and pro black movies. Like me and him used to have real, like he'll come over to sit there and sell me some DVDs and end up sitting there for about like 2 hours because we just go in, you know what I mean, just having conversation, getting into in-depth conversation. Like he was a very smart individual. If anybody knows me outside of this, like that watch this and knows me outside of this, like bro, y'all know, like, you know what I mean, in the right settings, in the right circumstances, I can sit there and talk and we can have conversations about stuff like this. Like this is my type of stuff. All right, so boom. So I was sitting there asking him, I'm like, yo, look, check it out, bro. My brother had put me onto this documentary years ago, and I heard that it was a part 2. I want to know, can you find it for me? So bro was like, all right, so what is it? I'm like, it's called Hidden Colors. Instantly, nigga was like, yo, see, I ain't even gonna call him a nigga. Instantly, this good brother was like, yo, see, this is why I like talking to you, because you're a young brother that not only are you willing to learn about your history, but you know you not slow and you know certain things. You feel me? Like as me and you have conversations, I see that you know what I mean, you on the brink of discovering certain things, but you just need that extra little push. At this point in time, I really don't know what he talking about. It wasn't until years later that I understand what he was talking about. You know what I mean? And basically, he was just saying that you educate you on the brink of educating yourself to knowing who you are, not as just a person, but as a black man. You know what I mean? And where you come from for real. All right, cool. Excuse me. So I tell him about the movie. He was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about them. I seen." He said there's actually 3 of them. I said, word? I only knew about 1 and 2. He said, nah, it's actually 3 of them. This, that. Well, no, at the time, it was 3 of them because the 3rd one just dropped. The 3rd one had just dropped. So he was like, yeah, because the 3rd one that had just dropped, blah, say, blah, booty, whoop. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit there and talk to my peoples, talk to my connection, this, that, and third. I'm going to see if I can get them joints. So I'm like, all right, bet. So weeks is going past. I'm doing what I'm doing. All right, boom. The white boy come through every once in a while, and for some reason, like this nigga, like he was, I ain't gonna front, the white boy was schizophrenic, bro. Fritz was schizophrenic, and he was schizophrenic, And I think was it schizophrenic? He was bipolar. He wasn't schizophrenic. He was bipolar. And they just had him on wild pills and shit. Like he just take wild pills, bro. Nigga used to try to get me to pop Klonopins with him and all. I'm like, bro, I ain't into all that, bro. Like that ain't my vibe. That ain't my mix, my man. Like we could sit there, roll up a bleezy, smoke or something, but just popping pills like that, like nah, that ain't my. I don't like downers. You feel me? Only time I want to down is when I'm smoking some weed that's gonna put me down in the couch, my nigga. Other than that, I don't want no downers, bro. You know what I mean? That's not my vibe, bro. So, boom. White boy chilling, this, that, and the third. Mind you, at this time, I'm rapping too. So, he was fake making beats he made beats. I ain't never really did nothing with his beats because he'll make beats and then the first 30 seconds will be dumb cool. Then that ADHD just kick in, then that nigga just go totally left with the shit. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, you could do something with it, but then something like, I don't know, bro. Like, it was different. So, boom. So, one day, I'm sitting there chilling. My Muslim brother hit me up, the DVD man, he hit me up. He like, yo, where you at? I'm like, yo, I'm at the spot. He like, I bet. I'm about to pull up on you right now. I just got off of work. I'm about to pull up on you right now. Boom. So bro pull up on me. He got the heat. He got wild. He got wild to the cause I ain't even going front, bro. No bullshit. Before there was a Tubi, you had your DVD man. Now let's get to that right quick. Before there was a Tubi where you could sit there and find these black cinematic gems that they have going crazy on Tubi, to where now if you just are a little bit creative, have a little bit of time and 2-3 cameras and a couple of friends that are just as creative as you, y'all can come up with all types of movies. I love Tubi. Words to everything I love. But before there was a Tubi, there was your DVD man. Because your DVD man had all the copies of the shit that was in theaters, the shit that wasn't in theaters, the shit that was never going to make it to theaters. Maybe he even had some shit that he shot himself. You know what I mean? But he had a vast selection. So boom, come through. He drop off some good movies. Boom. And then he said, yo, hold on, I got something special for you. So I'm like, I bet. Nigga run to the car, come back, give me the 3-pack. Basically the 3-pack was, and then gave me 3 DVDs and one of the little the paper sleeves that they came. I'm like, yeah. So I say, yo, what's this? He just looked at me and said 1, 2, and 3. I already knew what he was talking about. I said, I bet. So boom. I got these shits. Just so happened once I got these shits, my next door neighbor, so this my man Maceo. My man Maceo lived at my grandmother's house. My man Maceo lived right across the street from me at my grandmother's house. I'd have known this man since when I was out there going to high school out there. You feel me? So I'd have known this man for a long time. You know what I mean? He a couple of years younger than me, but I consider him like a little brother. Like I fuck with dude. That's my boy. So I get the Jones. All of a sudden, bro leaving. I'm sitting on the front porch. I was smoking me a bleezy. My man Maceo, because Maceo at that time, if I'm not mistaken, Maceo was he cut hair. So he just got off of work or whatever. He was like, yo, bro, what's going on? This and the third. Blah, 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 wooty, wooty, woot. What you got going? I'm like, shit. I'm actually about to go in there and look through these new movies I just got. So he said, okay, so that was a DVD man that pulled door. I'm like, yeah. So boom. He was like, yeah, so what new movies he got? Because Maceo always talk about the DVD man. Don't never want to spend no money with the nigga. Hey, to each his own. But I guarantee you one thing, Maceo come to that month. He'll come to my crib with a little bit of weed or a little bit of money for some weed, and if it's Sunday before he come over, well, this is how this little tradition started. So boom. So I tell him, bro. I say, yeah. So pull up, come in the crib. So we walk in the crib. We go back to the den. I had the new DVDs that's sitting on the table. So, like, I already had a whole DVD collection, but these are new movies that I had on the table, and I had the special DVD. I had that sitting on the couch. So he's sitting and looking through the movies, like, oh yeah, these shits look cool. This, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. Well, the names basically, and so all right, cool. So then, it's, mind you, all these joints is in white paper sleeves. This hidden color shit is in the colorful sleeve. I think it was like either red or orange. So he said, yo, so what's that? I said, oh, see, this right here, this is special right here, my man. So he's like, yo, what you talking about? I said, bro, this within these 3 DVDs right here is going to tell us our true history. He said, what you mean by that? I'm like, yo, all right, so I broke down the whole story about how I learned about the first DVD, and then, you know what I mean, blase, blah, booty, booty, boot, about how I end up getting this second and third DVD. So the nigga was like, word? And what's it called? I'm like, yo, this shit called Hidden Colors. So nigga like, I bet. Matter of fact, give me 10 minutes. I'm like, look, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. Each one of these movies about like 3 hours long, bro. So if you ain't finna sit down and chill, ain't no point in you trying to watch one of these movies, because I'm not, like, this is vital information. So I'm not just gonna let you sit there and watch about 20 minutes, yo, I gotta go to the crib type shit. Nigga like, nah, look, it's good, this, that, and third. Just let me run across this joint, right? Let me run across the street right quick. Let me grab something, and then I'm coming back, my nigga. Mind you, it's type early. So I'm like, all right, bet. So boom, nigga, run across the street. Come back. Nigga, come back. Mind you, nigga ain't even no drinker for real, but the nigga had a little bit of liquor. So I'm like, okay. Had a little bit of weed. I'm like, okay. I had a little bit of liquor, and I had some. I ain't had a little bit of weed, but I had enough weed. You know what I'm saying? So I said, look, bro, you ready? Nigga like, yeah. So boom, we pop in the first one. Watch that whole shit. Boom. After that, nigga said, like, by that time, we watched the whole first one. Then nigga was like, yo, I gotta go do something. Goddamn, don't watch the second and third one until I'm here. So I'm like, nigga, when you come back, I think this shit had been a Saturday, because he was like, yo, I'm coming back tomorrow. I gotta go drum in the morning for church, because he played drums. I gotta go drum in the morning for church. Nigga, I'll be back by 1 o'clock. I'm like, all right, bet. So boom. I sat there, left that alone. You know what I mean? He dipped. I put on a different type of movie, rolled up another bleeds. I'm sitting there chilling. So the next day, Sunday come. Nigga sit there and he come through. We watch 2 and 3. Boom. Now everything on this is on everything that I love. For the next 2 months, every Sunday, this nigga will come home from church at 1 o'clock. We will sit in my den from 1 o'clock to probably around like 9, 10 o'clock, and we will watch them DVDs, Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3 back to back every Sunday. Every Sunday. That was and it was to the point where, all right, bro, look. You already know on Sunday, this, that, and third, what we gonna eat. So now nigga on some old shit like, nigga, he coming home. I'm not coming home, but well, yeah, he was coming home, and then when the nigga pop up at my crib, now instead of popping up at 1 o'clock, he popping up at 1:30. I'm like, damn, bro, what's up? Nah, bro. Sudden Saturday, we went fishing. This, that, and the third. I had to fish. I had to sit there. I had them descaler shit. This, that, and the third. Blah, say blah, whoopty, whoopty, whoop. Nigga, I had to cook these joints before coming to watch this movie. So boom, this thing coming over with the nice two stuffed paper plates. He got his fish. I got my fish. Nigga, we got the bread. We got the hot sauce. We got the drinks. All right, we good to go. In the smoke, we Gucci. One Sunday, I'll never forget this. One Sunday, we sitting in the joint, we watching Hidden Colors 2. Fritz called me. Yo, son, where you at, bro? I'm at the crib. Yo, I'm about to slide through. I need the grass on. All right, cool. Fritz slide through. I pause the video. Go open up the front door. Boom. Tell them to lock the door behind them. We walk back in the den. We're like, yo, what's going on, bro? This, that, and the third. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? You know what I mean? We dap up this, that, and the third. So we walking in the back. He like, yo, so what you got going on for the day? I'm like, shit, me and Maceo just sitting here watching some movies, man. Me and Maceo back here watching some documentaries. So he said, oh yeah, I like documentaries. So once he said I like documentaries, he's walking into the den. Maceo turned around and looked at him. He said, oh yeah, you like documentaries, white boy? So I'm sitting there, I look at Maceo like, yo, what the fuck? Now, Maceo's not his real name, but if you know to certain people, I'll tell their real name, and certain people I'm giving out nicknames because that's what I'm comfortable with calling people. You know what I mean? But look, so Maceo goddamn. So Maceo said, oh yeah, so you like documentaries, white boy? So my man Fritz looked at him and said, damn, yeah, I mean, what's going on? He said, nah, come sit down. So I'm looking at Maceo. Maceo like, nah, come sit down and watch some of this documentary with us. So he said, all right, cool. What's the documentary called? Maceo looked at him and said, Hidden Colors. Like, I swear to God, like the end of Black Panther and Maceo just came out. And like, Hidden Colors. Oh yeah, what's Hidden Colors about? Nah, don't ask what it's about. Just watch it. So I sit there and press play, and word to everything I love. When I press play, like, I guess they was transitioning from one talking segment to another talking segment, but the next talking segment was strictly about how basically about white people and slavery, and how throughout slavery and even up to present day, the white person's mentality is basically still the same as it was back then, but they have to covertly hide it now because, you know what I mean, nigga, you don't want to get punched or shot, you feel me? So boom. So we sitting there watching this little segment, right? And on the inside, I'm giggling like a schoolgirl. Why? Because I ain't even gonna front, Fritz sat there for about like 10, 15 minutes. Within that 10, 15 minutes, I watched this man go from, cause he always smiles. I watched this man face go from a smile to a frown, to being concerned, to looking at me and Maceo, and I seen fear in his eyes. After that little segment was over, Maceo, I ain't even paused the shit. Maceo grabbed the controller and paused the shit and said, so Fritz, how you feel about that? When I tell you, Frisch turned around, you could tell this nigga grabbed his heart with his hand and say, yo, I am nothing like that. I would never, I love you guys. Like, Cali's my boy. I love Cali. Like, I would do anything for Cali. Like, I would never do anything like that. Like, that's crazy. I didn't even know. I'm saying like, I'm just so shocked and appalled. Like, bro, all right. Even though they don't sit there and tell, especially in our day, in my years of being in school, they broke down slavery to a certain degree. Now, with all this critical race theory and they trying to sit there and they trying to get rid of that history period. I done also heard that they trying to sit there and take, in certain states, they've already, in their textbooks, they've already taken slavery out, as in Europeans went to Africa and kidnapped black people and brought them over here to be slaves. Nah, they're sitting there in these textbooks that they say they're talking about. They chose to come, all types of bull. All right, so boom. When I tell you this, Fritz was scared out of his fucking mind. He didn't know whether we was gonna beat this nigga, take him to the back and hang him, or he didn't know that nigga. Yo, that fucking bro. When I tell you, me and Maceo watch 9 hours of this shit every Sunday. Every Sunday. 9 hours of this. Learning about the true religions that was true religion, or true spiritual beliefs rather than religion, true spiritual beliefs that was stolen and remixed into becoming religion. So to capture and to make all type, man, listen, it's Hidden Figures 1, 2, and 3. No, excuse me, Hidden Colors, Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. As a black person, I think they got 4 out now. As a black person, you need to see them documentaries. But I've never in my life seen a white, because he ain't no boy, that grown, that he was in his 20s, he's a grown ass man. I've never seen a grown white man that scared in my life. After 15 minutes of watching that shit, that nigga thought we was gonna fucking beat him in that house. He really thought we was going to do something to him. Bro, that nigga was scared to come to the crib for about a week, bro. He would call me and just be like, yo, what's going on with you? I'm like, yo, I'm at the crib. Come pull up. Nah, dude. You think you can come to my house? He was scared to come to my crib, bro. He thought we was going to do He thought I was going to do something to him. Now, mind you, I was already tight mad at him anyway, and he knew I was already tight mad at him anyway, because he was the reason that I lost my job. So, 2 for 1 special. Before I got the Hidden Figures DVD, like I said, I was working we was doing lawn care service. Now, we was working for the biggest company in Chesapeake, the biggest lawn care service in Chesapeake. You feel what I'm saying? Boom, we working this joint. We working it so crazy to where he became when he got hired, he became the basically the shift leader, and I was on, well, not the shift leader, but he was the leader of the crew, and I was on his crew type shit. So boom. One day, mind you, I don't have no car. He's my ride to work. He sits there, come pick me up in the morning. When he come pick me up in the morning, I sit there and You know what I mean? We go to work. Boom. My nigga, we ain't even been here a whole fucking month. This nigga, no, I'm lying. We been there probably like a month and a half. The nigga sit there and don't pick me up one morning. Bro, I'm fucked. So, all right, cool. I sit there and he don't come pick me up. I had to call out. Boom. They let it slide the first time. Nigga, the nigga did the shit again, bro. At this time, I was cool with the other people on that was in our crew, so I called one of the other dudes that came scoop me. Boom. Then this nigga ended up getting fired for not showing up that second time. Now, mind you, we still in our probation period. Man. And I got a story about this nigga. Matter of fact, this is gonna be my next story too. Yeah, I got something for you, homeboy. But yeah, bro, that was the story about how my man Fritz had a reality check. First story time of Black History Month. You already know. And I'm about to drop some more.